Let's take a look together at what's in my Sous Chef parcel today. Firstly, we've got a brand new gift bag from Sous Chef, which you can see is enormous and would normally fit 2 panettone, but this is what I've got inside. I'm going to start with some things that will look amazing on the kitchen counter. So this is tissage mouté, these enormous tea towels. It's called jacquard, and they're really colourful. It's from France's oldest weaver. There's a bunch of different designs, and some of them have embroidered. This one has an embroidered bird. That's exactly what you want to be pulling out of the kitchen drawer. And some more of these, lemon pattern as well. Ingredients can be completely brilliant and transform your dishes, but if they look great on the kitchen counter as well, then that's even better. So we start with some olive oil, Frantoio Muraglia. They've got some single varietal oils from different types of olives in these great bottles. You pick your flavour or just even pick the colour because they're brilliant peeling olive oils, very high in polyphenols. My next favourite, Mariage Freres teas. They've arrived to us very recently. I drink these every day. I first discovered them in Paris many, many years ago. Before I started Sous Chef, took some back from my mother. She'd been ordering direct from Paris since. And now we're able to bring them to the UK, which is completely thrilling. And every single person in our team hasn't stopped drinking them since. They have these beautiful tins that are dessert flavoured. The Madeleine, which is a green tea, if you cook it, it doesn't have that kind of fishy aroma that lots of green tea will tend to have. It just turns warm, roasted, comforting. So if you want to start drinking more green tea, that's the one. And then the cannelé, which are those beautiful little roasted desserts. You can see it's got roasted rice in. But again, the aroma is just very pudding-like. What else is in my box? I discovered Mariage Freres leaf tea. I drink tea bags. And so they have almost all of the flavours in tea bags in this gold box. And all of us in the office, whenever we talk about how brilliant our teas are, which I think is pretty much every day and which ones we're addicted to at the moment, love the little tiny baby shower cap. And it's all fabric, so I know lots of people are getting more concerned about what the tea bags are made of and microplastics in tea bags. Anyway, this is just muslin, tied with a little knot with a little string. And we love them. More beautiful things on the kitchen counter. Puy lentils, it's a DOP, and these are actually real Puy lentils from Sabro, which is a French company. If you don't know Puy lentil, it keeps its bite beautifully. And the moment it's cooked, drain them, toss them through with a little bit of really good vinegar, and then when they're warm, and that'll take on the flavour, and then you can use them in salads, and they're absolutely beautiful. And probably one of the few lentils you'd want to give as a gift. You may recognise this, but the colour's a little different. Normally it's green, but this is Perello's new extra virgin olive oil, made by the same people as Perello olives. If you want something very cult, very beautiful on the kitchen counter, it's this bottle. Sylt, made by a super fun duo who didn't want to spend time mixing exactly the right ratio every single time they wanted to make pickles. They have pre-mixed in these beautiful jars, and actually little goes a really long way. So you can have instant pickles with the different flavours. An apple and cinnamon pickling liquor, which is great for this time of year. Certainly with fruits, pickled fruits can be brilliant. And then the juniper and sage as well, which is a little bit more classic. And so although this holds massive panettone, I've got 3 little baby panettones. I find them in the bottom of my enormous bag. All from excellent panettone producers and lots of different packaging, which could just be a really cute treat. This is what we're all salivating about in the office. It's the olive oil harvest. I've spent the last week meeting olive oil producers. 2 weeks ago, there was hail across Puglia, and so the producers were very worried because that can wipe out the entire crop. However, the olives have been fine, and new season olive oil starts arriving really in late December, early January, and then kind of trickles through in the year. So, last year's harvest is still excellent. It would have been harvested around this time last year. However, a few of the producers will ship really early their first press of the first batches of the olives. So if you've ever wanted to taste olives that have been pressed weeks ago, then I would look for Nuovo olive oil. And so they do that a lot in Italy, and that's what I've got here, which I was allowed to bring back from Italy. It was harvested about a week ago. It will be arriving to Sous Chef soon, or maybe by the time you've watched it, it will have arrived. But that's one of the first olive oils that have come out of Italy. And you can see they're often unfiltered. That's this rich dark colour because that makes the process even faster. They haven't had to go through the filtering machines, which most producers' olive oils will go through. And it's so dark and really, really beautiful. So I would taste that. I tasted it yesterday, and all of us, you smell it and you're just blown away by that aroma. This is Frantoio Muraglia. and we have a couple of other ones as well. This is probably one of the most awarded olive oil producers in the world, and their harvest is quite good. And when I say quite good, I mean very special. Right, next, Northern Pasta Co. I might have talked about it before. It's a British pasta company, and they use British grown wheat and grains to make pasta. And when I first tasted it, I thought, this packaging is amazing, and the pasta looks really nice, but it's a little bit soft. And then I realised I hadn't read the cooking instructions. So make sure you check how long it should cook for, because it's a lot shorter than other pastas. I think there's some that are 4 to 5 minutes. This one is 7 to 8 minutes, and it's delicious and excellent. This one is spelt pasta. So the last thing I have the Bulgarian Troyan pottery, which is handmade, hand-painted in Bulgaria. And I've spent years speaking to these producers, and every time thought, we probably shouldn't take it on because it's really tricky online if you can't quite see exactly what pattern you're receiving, because every single one is different. However, they're not that different, and they're really, really beautiful. So we've been selling these beautiful ramen bowl sets for a long time. We bring them in from Japan. They're ramen bowls that are used across Japan in Tokyo's ramen bars. Whenever I've been to Japan, always eating from them everywhere. And we've changed the box design, and it's so lovely. So if you buy this as a gift, that's the box you'll get for your ramen bowl set, which opens out, and then you get this lovely recipe book, lots and lots of ramen recipes, including vegan. And this is where I discover if I can open the box properly, and I can. This is the first time I've done it. These 2 bowls, and look how well wrapped it is. You don't have any extra packaging, so they don't break. And then these are your 2 bowls and 2 ramen ladles, 1 on each side. And that maybe holds up a bowl, because obviously I guess that's why you buy it, not for the packaging, although I'm excited about the packaging as well. On these gorgeous ramen bowls. So they've got really wide tops, you can see all the toppings when you're eating it, and also really deep, so it keeps the ramen ultra hot. So that's a classic ramen bowl shape. It's been a lovely month of traveling, meeting our producers, meeting suppliers, talking about all of the amazing products that we buy from them and are able to share with you. And so hopefully you might find something that you find exciting in this month's picks.